Biochar is a charcoal made from organic waste such as tree trimmings, scrap wood and agricultural residue. It is a product of incomplete combustion of plant material. Biochar is an ancient technology that helps improve soil fertility for agriculture. Its use goes back as far as 8,000 years ago in South America, where Amazonian civilization used biochar to transform poor quality red soils. Biochar has several agricultural benefits. It is especially useful for tropical areas characterized by high acidity, low organic content and areas depleted of micronutrients such as calcium and potassium. It not only increases macronutrients in depleted soils but also reduces soil acidity, improves soil texture and increases water holding capacity. It can also reduce nutrient loss and binds pesticides in soil, keeping them from leaching into shallow groundwater. Biochar is also beneficial for carbon sequestration. As plants grow, they remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Decomposing plant and organic waste returns most of this carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere. Biochar, however, is a very stable form of organic carbon that typically lasts hundreds to thousands of years in the soil, thereby storing carbon dioxide and helping to lower its concentration in the atmosphere. Biochar has multiple other benefits, too numerous to explore in this video. It is also used in biofuels and in removing contamination from water, soil and air. In the following, we will show you how to make your own biochar. Start by gathering the required materials. You only need a shovel for digging, some firewood and green or already dried biomass. Almost any plant material can be used to create biochar. Some popular options include invasive plant species such as Agarothena adenophora and Lantana camara, pine litter, wild oats, weeds from the agriculture fields, twigs and branches. If your biomass is fresh and still wet, dry it prior to charring. Sun drying is a cheap and convenient option and should be done until the moisture content of the biomass falls below 20%. If the biomass is charred while wet, some of the dry materials will burn to dry out the rest, which is inefficient. About 2 kg of dry green plant waste can produce 0.5 kg of biochar. Once dried, chop the biomass into consistently sized small pieces, which results in higher quality charcoal. Once the biomass is ready, it is transformed into charcoal through a charring or pyrolysis process. Various stoves or structures can be used to burn the biomass in a low oxygen environment. While specialized stoves or ovens are more efficient and produce less smoke, this can be expensive and hard to obtain for farmers. An alternative to the specialized stoves and oven is the burn pit method. To dig your own burn pit, dig a cone-shaped pit approximately 1 meter in diameter and 60 cm at its deepest point. The sides of the pit should gently slope towards the deepest point at the center. Once the pit is ready, we can begin the charring process. Using a firewood, light a fire in the bottom of the pit and continue to feed it until a solid amount of embers has emerged. Then start laying the dried biomass on top of it. Take care not to add so much biomass as to smother the fire. As the biomass starts to burn and turn dark in color, continuously add more biomass on top. Let the fire develop but do not let it burn long or strongly enough to reduce the biomass to ashes. Continue adding more biomass until the pit is filled up. The next step is to cover the pit and let the biomass smolder rather than burn by limiting oxygen supply. For this, cover the pit with a 5 cm thick layer of green non-dried biomass. On top of this layer, add a layer of moist soil around 3 cm thick. Leave the pit covered for 24 hours. The higher the density of the biomass, the longer the charring process. Wood, for example, may take longer to char compared to leaf litter. After this process, open the pit and harvest the biochar. Use a shovel as it will still be too hot to touch. The yield of the biochar and its properties will depend on the type of biomass used and the characteristics of the charring process in terms of heat, duration and air supply. There are various uses of biochar, including its direct application to agricultural fields. Another option is to turn biochar into biobriquettes, which you can learn how to do it in the video linked below.